Welcome to Butterflies of Wisdom, everyone. Today's episode is not only with the fabulous Mel, but today's episode is going to be short and sweet because I actually have a fundraiser to go to with the Bridging Bionics Foundation. The Bridging Bionics Foundation is a foundation that you guys know I've been involved with for a long time. They are letting me walk in a bionic exoskeleton. Obviously not tonight, but tonight is the fundraiser, so this is why this episode is going to be short and sweet and to the point. Well, as you guys know, before I bring Mel in, as you guys know, I had my back update yesterday, and let's just say that if I went in for back surgery, they would say, they told me that it would be a 90% chance of me being paralyzed. So I looked at my dad, who was with me when they said that, and I said, no, thank you. So basically what's happening now is I'm going to get a back brace and going to do PT. And that's all we can do for my back at this point. They can't go in and fix the damage that was already done in 2006. So that's my piece of it. Now I'm bringing Mel into it.
Hello, everybody. Mel here. How you doing? Wynn, glad to hear from you. And I am really glad with the progressive steps that you're going to take. As you and I had discussed earlier, anytime you get cut open, you're never really the same, especially when there's a guarantee of the worst-case scenario. So I'm glad that you decided against it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And everyone in my fan base is glad that I decided against it because I thought about it last night. I thought, well, I'm walking in a walker right now. I'm using the exoskeleton right now. And so my whole house would have to be modified if I became paralyzed. And coincidentally enough, I'm actually witnessing that with a friend of mine who was able-bodied, and she got in a car accident, the vehicle, and she got ejected from the vehicle and became paralyzed. And watching her process go from an able-bodied woman to being paralyzed with a sight to be seen, and then you have to get the house modified, which is not cheap. Let me tell you, it's not cheap when they tell you, well, look, you become paralyzed and your whole life adjusts. And so basically, I think a higher power stepped in on this one and said, look, this is what we're going to do for Miss Lynn. We're going to save the spine the best we can without surgery. And I agreed with Mel this morning that because of the risk of being paralyzed, I said, no, thank you. I turned around and looked at the doctors and said, no, thank you.
Well, you know, the back brace is going to be let's face it, it's a temporary thing, okay? But at the same time, I'd rather see you try to develop some strength on your own and see how the brace goes first before they actually, put you under and cut you open.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is it delaying the inevitable? Okay, maybe it is. I don't know. But
maybe.
At this point, I think it might be a good idea to just kind of understand. I think one of the most important factors is you've got to be ready for it. You have to be ready for it. When you say, okay, it's the right time, let's do it, then it's the right time. When when you're hit with that news, and I can't even imagine being in your position at that moment, and you hear that, and, you know, you look at your strongest support system, which is your dad, and your initial reaction is, oh, no way, not right now, then that's the right decision.
No way, right now.
You know, I mean, later on, maybe there'll be a moment later on when you say, okay, I'm done. Let's try it. You know, this is it. This is the moment of change. Okay, then go for it. But it's not just going to affect you. It's going to affect everyone in your family. And you know, they're going to support you no matter what you do. But at the end of the day, it's a team effort, isn't it?
It's a team effort. And I had already been through being paralyzed for 20 minutes in 2006, June 14th, 2006, when they originally put the rods in my back. They left me paralyzed on the operating table for 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And so,
wow.
Yeah, and I admit that publicly, and I come a win. I admit that publicly. So I have already experienced nerve damage in my legs and being paralyzed for 20 minutes, and that's why at this point I am doing the back brace route instead of cutting me open. And if we need to cut me open, I will, but that's last resort to my back problems, because I had already gone through that, and that was not so fun when they came out and told my parents that, look, we left your daughter paralyzed for 20 minutes. Yep. So now eventually I will have to go in and have surgery, but that will be down the road, and of course, that will take 6 weeks of intensive rehabilitation, and that is something that I don't want to deal with right now, because, as I said earlier in the show, it's not cheap when you're in a wheelchair permanently.
Right. Wow. I mean, that's a lot. You know, I mean, just to hear that you were paralyzed for 20 minutes, my God, I mean, thank God that they were able to kind of put you back together to where you're at now. Wow.
Put me back together. And I experienced nerve damage for about a good year, and finally over that. So I'm like, give me a back brace, and then we'll see if a back brace works. And then if the back brace doesn't work, we'll leave the situation of having back surgery. But trust me, I've been through the not so pretty side of back surgery in 2006. Now, granted, in 2006, they hooked the spine up to electrodes, and they hook every spine they do up to electrodes to make sure it keeps going. And so we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened when my spine went dead for 20 minutes. They didn't admit that one. And so basically I'm lucky to have the function that I do in my legs.
Of course.
And basically I'm trying to keep the function that I have in my back and my legs. And it's interesting that they tried to do a concept dye in my back yesterday. Do you know that because my back is so fused that they couldn't even get dye in my back to start the CT scan, which how the doctors wanted it, which we got a normal CT scan, but I'm like, you guys tried to get dye in my back, and that's not going to happen. So I think what's going to eventually happen is I'm going to have to somehow loosen up this fusion and take the rods out and leave it as is.
Wow. So the back brace, it's a corset, obviously, and
Yeah.
what are they looking for you to accomplish by wearing the corset? Is it just to relieve some sort of pain or stress or misalignment? What does it do?
Relieve pain and gain strength in my back because my back muscles are so weak. Now I need to gain strength in my back muscles.
Okay. From a biomechanical and performance standpoint, anytime you brace something per se, you're actually disempowering a particular area, and it kind of automatically shuts down. And I'm just kind of wondering I wish I could see or understand exactly how this brace is going to activate that. You know what I mean? When I get it cast on Tuesday, March 20th, I will take a picture of it so everyone can see it. And so, because they said to me, you're only allowed to wear this thing 4 hours a day. And I'm thinking, okay.
4 hours, how is it supposed to strengthen my back?
Right.
So I'll figure this out as we go along. But
right.
Yeah.
So they're taking a mold of your body first and then creating a corset for you. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah. They're taking a mold of my body. I started dealing with back braces when I was 16 and 17, and I finally had the back surgery when I was 18. They gave me a back brace to try and hold the scoliosis at bay for many years originally before they did the surgery in 06.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how this process goes because, most corsets that, they're tie-on or whatever, I'm really curious to find out, is it Velcroed? How is it molded? Because in my experience, anytime you use a brace, it's to support, yes. However, there's inactivity in that area and muscles have a tendency to shut down, when you're bracing something on the exterior. So, and, at every, 4 hours of the day, okay, so you take the brace off, your muscles have to re-engage, they have to readjust. Maybe that's where the strengthening part comes into play. Maybe that's how it works. I don't know.
I don't know.
To me, it certainly would not be happening while you're wearing the brace. I could tell you that right now.
No.
Because all it's doing is it's propping you up. So
it's not going to be happening while I'm wearing the brace. But other than that, I am taking the PT and taking the back brace well, and then we'll see what happens, you guys. And so I apologize to everyone that in my little learning experiment by now, but that's why I have to be so transparent with my fans. I mean, here I thought I was going to come on this podcast tonight and say, look, X, Y, and Z is happening now. We have a different X, Y, and Z happening.
Well, life is dynamic, Gwen. Things can change instantly. And I could tell you right now, your entire fan base right now is relieved that you're not going to go through surgery.
Yeah.
They are, trust me. And I am.
Yes,
I'm totally relieved.
They are.
So, there's a greater power out there, obviously, that steered this ship a little bit differently, and it's putting it in a different direction.
Yep.
And we'll ride it. We'll ride it with you.
Yeah, we'll do the strength training and PT with me, and if I need traditional PT, yes, and if they need to do the fusion at any point, that is something to consider. But the aspects of being paralyzed, 90% is not fun. So I have to I have to think about that, but right now I am in the back place doing PT and trying to strengthen the back muscles the best I can.
Exactly. So, well, your physical therapists are highly educated. I'm certain of it. They're professionals, and
Yes, they are.
They are going to do everything they can to, strengthen your back with multi-angle exercises. I've seen some wonderful physical therapists that do some amazing things that are very innovative, and really know their stuff. It's all progressive. I work more on the post-injury side, post-rehabilitative side, where after you go through physical therapy, there's life after that, and that's where I take over. And I train you for the inevitability that you're going to get hurt again. So I'm a little bit further down the line. But I am certain that you're going to be in great hands. You're going to be in great hands with these people. I know it.
I know.
And you probably know
them. I know I am. I talked to one of them today at Links. I said, look, this is what's going on. And I go, we can help you, don't worry. And so I know I am. I'm going to be in great hands, but at the same time, I do not want to risk my back if they're not going to fix my back.
Right.
So
yeah,
that's why I'm doing I mean, it was told me yesterday that, as I said, there could have been a 90% chance of me being paralyzed, and paralyzation is not fun.
No. That's a life changer, obviously, life changer.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think it's a blessing that you don't have to go through the procedure first. I think the brace in combination with the physical therapy is going to be a good step. Anytime you could take a proactive approach like that, it's better. I've worked I've coached a lot of pre-op and pre-procedure clients where you lower their body fat level, you train them hard, you get them really strong, you get their core strength up, you get their physical tolerance up, and they recover faster from surgery. So your active therapy of exercise with your physical therapist and in combination with the back brace could probably serve you well. So at the time that you do go through your procedure, you're going to be stronger. Sure.
And then if we need the procedure, I'm going to be stronger. And that's an excellent point coming out of you, because I'm thinking that the baby steps we're taking is going to be great in the long run, because once they cut my back open or anyone's back, you're dealing with scar tissue, you're dealing with a very sensitive spinal cord on anyone.
Right.
One false move, it could be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. And I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but even with minor back surgery,
Right. You know what? I don't think there isn't any such thing as minor back surgery.
No.
I mean, if you're having to go into the spine at any level, it's not minor. There's
it's not minor.
It's a very complicated thing. You've got a lot of nerves going through there. You have discs, you have fluids. One wrong thing can absolutely drastically change the outcome. So there's nothing minor about it.
Definitely.
So, it's a good thing that you're not getting cut open yet. If I could say.
No, it's a great thing that I'm not getting cut open, and I will keep you guys updated on the progress of my back, and if I need to get cut open later down the line, I will be super ready for it. But as Mel said, when anyone has back surgery, I don't care if they have a healthy back or CP, back surgery is not minor. It's major surgery. And so if a doctor ever says to you, you need back surgery, always consult Mel or someone in the area like Mel, or always say, can I get PT first, or can I get a preventative measure that isn't surgery first? Because I had a fan tell me that she had minor back surgery. I'm like, well, you considered minor, but it could have been major in 2 seconds flat. So my piece today is, if you guys have bad backs out there, always look for the alternative before you have back surgery. Always look for the alternative before you have back surgery, because minor back surgery could turn into major in 2 seconds flat. And as I said, it's not cheap once you become paralyzed. And I'm sorry to burst all the doctors' bubbles out there, but through this experience, I've learned that alternative is the best option.
Right. Absolutely. There's always steps to be taken, right? Anytime before you go into any kind of major surgery like that, it's always wise to look at what alternative steps you haven't explored. It's always a good idea to explore them first.
Yeah.
So
it's always.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, is there anything we could do for you, Wynn? Is there any support we can give you? Anything that you could think of that we're missing here?
We're missing? No, you guys have been great, and no, I just wanted to give you guys the update live with Mel, so you guys know what's going on. And if you guys want to pass this podcast on, that's all you can do for me. But right now, I am dealing with the bad back the best I can. I shouldn't say a bad back, but I'm lucky that I've been given the other option of a PT and back splay, and we'll see what happens. And then if they need to go in and break the fusion and fix my back, they will eventually. But that is eventually on the road. It's not in the next 2 weeks. In the next 2 weeks is a back place, and in the next 2 weeks is just me continuing PT and me continuing this podcast.
Well, in the meantime, we will, definitely enjoy your company and your presence on these podcasts, and it'll actually make us stronger, won't it?
Yeah, no pun intended, Mel. I don't think you meant to throw that pun in there. But, yeah, if, as I said to you guys, if they need to break my fusion at any point of scoliosis, I will certainly let you guys know and take it with a grain of salt. And right now, it's back place and continuing PT, and then we'll see what happens.
Sounds good. We're with you, Wynn. 100%.
Thank you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this short and sweet episode, to the point of short and sweet and to the point. And please, if you have time to jump online, please donate to the Bridging Bionics Foundation in my name. That actually helps the paralyzed, and it helps cerebral palsy get a better gait. It more helps the paralyzed than it does cerebral palsy. But as we said, any person, any individual could become paralyzed from a vehicle accident to a back surgery. So please, if you guys think about it, and I'll put in the show notes, please donate to the Bridging Bionics Foundation, and in the memo section, put in honor of Wynn, and that would be really appreciative to the director of the Bleeding Bionics Foundation because she's trying to keep this program going. And as I said, that's where I'm off to next, to try and keep this program going and try and see technology as bionic woman in my lifetime. And so if you guys think about it, and I'll put more information in the show notes in the next 2 days, please donate to that foundation or donate to Craig Hospital. Craig Hospital's doing a wonderful job for the paralyzed 2,000 members. And so, or donate to your local organization for the paralyzed. That would really help families of the paralyzed out. And even though I have mobility, I could have became paralyzed in 2006. So look at it that way, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Wynn. Have a great evening.